Hey, good morning, everybody. Let me get out of here. Just left the bank. We're gonna have a long day today. This will probably be a 2 or 3 part series of today, but I'm gonna give you an overview what's going on. Hold on, we're coming down to a stoplight here. It's 9:20 in the morning, Friday. We got the big snow coming in tomorrow again. But what I've got is I've got a cow problem. And my neighbor's little calf, it was not really that little, size of a small elephant. But anyway, he's hanging out at my place every day. In fact, he pretty much thinks my place is his home. And with owning a small cow like that, which I don't own it, cows do what cows do. They crap all over the place. Well, now I got about 50 or so big piles of damn cow poop all over my property, which is something I don't want. Okay, it's starting to become a mess because he's crapping in the road. He's crapping everywhere. And another, so I gotta go, so I'm going to Tractor Supply right now and go get a, because he's got only one, to get into the compound, there's only one entrance. And that's, without a key, is the back, where you go to the back 2 acres. There's an opening there that's approximately 10, 11 foot wide. I've got all the lumber I need up there, but I'm gonna get one of those aluminum gates. Okay, they're like 120 bucks, 130 bucks, somewhere in there, unless the price has gone way up. And then the second thing, and I'm going to go down here, go to the farm today and install that fence. So I got my tripod with me, I might do some action videos down at the off-grid farm and close up this gate. And then I've got to rake up all the cow crap and throw it back over to the owners, to their side of the property, because I told them this is something that, if it ever gets out of control, I'm just going to deal with it my way. So they decided to put their cows literally next to me. So in this one little quarter of the corner of the property. So we're going to go deal with that this morning. And the excavator, remember I told you the excavator had a leak, and I showed it to you in one of the videos that I did uploaded. Excuse me, I haven't had my coffee yet. There we go. But what was leaking was the hydraulic thumb. And come to find out, I've been waiting about 9 days or so, 10 days. We had to order one. It's a pretty common hydraulic cylinder, but it's got a big bore on it. And the problem with the big bore that was originally on that thing, it was too much pressure. And I knew that every time I used that bucket and that hydraulic thumb and I was picking things up, it would crush the hell out of everything. It would break stuff, and yes, it has a lot to do with my finger control on that, but let me tell you something, as gentle as I could possibly be, that thumb was it was too pressurized, and it was a big bore piston or caliber or whatever you want to call it. And the guy says your machine's probably putting out a lot of pressure. And this particular one is heavy duty. So the shaft is bent. I bent the shaft on the damn thing by grabbing something too hard, more than likely a rock or something, or a boulder. So I've got the new one. The new one's there, and that's at Carolina Hydraulics. That's downtown Hillsborough Street. So I'm headed now north to Tractor Supply. They've got the roads all salted. There's dust in the air, salt dust. I don't even know if you guys know what that is, but when you throw brine down on the road and you put it in real freaking heavy, when it dries up, it basically becomes a crystallized powder in the air. and it shits all over everything around here. I mean, it looks like they're waiting for the 100-year storm the way they got these roads primed. But I'm not complaining because I know it does help. But then you got to wash all your vehicles. You got to wash everything. And all my vehicles are full of this brine. The trucks that we're in now, I mean, you can see it's just this white coating all over the bloody place. So anyway, that's besides the point. So what we're going to do today, Tractor Supply just came from the bank, pulled out a bunch of money. I got a surprise for you too. Here's what I did. I have called and talked to the sales representative for Bigger Building Solutions. They're out of Tampa. Their headquarters out of Tampa, Florida, and they build nationwide steel buildings. Okay, this is what they do. What they do is real simple. The reason why I kept finding these cheap, go online, search different web pages. I found out that the West Coast, Central America, and the Eastern United States is a whole different ball game when it comes to steel buildings. There's some companies that will not build out west or out east, and these are the better of the steel builders is the ones that are in the Midwest where there's so much weather, like R&R, renovations. Those guys got a big YouTube channel. They're out of Wisconsin or something, but they build barn dominiums. Okay, barn dominiums. Well, I found a company that will build me the building. I got to put in the slab, and they'll completely enclose the building with garage doors, modify one door to be 12 foot and the other one by 10. It will be a 10-footer and a 12-footer because eventually I want to put the RV that the old man's staying in when he leaves, which should be at the end of this year. I'm just going to clean up the RV, just strip it all back down to brand new, and then shove it in that building and let it sit there. And let it sit there for a couple of years because remember, I haven't retired yet. So I'm thinking about using that for some sort of retirement recreational, thing, but I'm not sure yet. But we want to keep it indoors so we can work on it, clean it up, service it. Everything works on it anyway. It's a 2020. But I want to make sure when it comes out of service that it goes into a building that'll keep it out of the weather. That's my primary goal. So the tires don't rot, weird shit like that. And and clean it up. But this building is a 30 by 50. Okay, a 30 by 50 by 14 by 16. And they'll put 12-foot door and a 10-foot door, a side door, and three windows in it. Okay, I told them I only want 3 windows, one on each side, and then I got the 2 massive roll-up doors. Okay, going down as cheap as I can get it. The slab, I have not called on the cost of that yet. The slab, and plus I got to go to zoning and planning in Hillsboro and pull a permit on that slab. I'm not going to plumb the building. Here's the way I got to figure this one out, because the bottom line is that if I pull a permit, it's only going to be for the slab and for the building, and then that way they've got what tax base they're going to charge me for the size and the value of that building being on the property. Excuse me, talking too much early in the morning. Sorry about that, folks. Plus, it's cold as hell outside. My sinuses are all, Jesus, it's been cold every day. I can't stand cold weather. It drives me nuts. But yeah, that's our day. But the building itself, I can get with all the features, roll-up doors, all the metal roof. Now, this is no insulation. This is the problem. I haven't been able to negotiate the insulation on this building on the inside before they build it. You wrap it, the wrap. And that's the part I haven't got. But here's the price. The price from them is $29,200. Okay? $29,200. Before the roll-up door configuration, what they have that building for, 30 by 50, is a fairly big building. A 30 by 50 They had it advertised for $24,999. Okay, no, excuse me, $22,999. And with the doors, the modifications that I want for that door, it jacks the price up a few grand, okay? About $4,700. So that's kind of it. It's gray on black. It's a beautiful building. But again, it's all steel on the inside. In the summer, you're going to be miserable as shit because it's going to be hot as hell, and sheet metal sweats, okay? So the roof of a big metal building like that's going to have condensation. That's the downside to that. So you got to insulate the hell out of a metal building. That has been what my mental problem has been all this time, because you have to then pay a premium for these guys to insulate these buildings. And spray foam, too expensive. The roll-up foam, very expensive. The green big 2-inch 4x8 sheets that you can get, and you can get them all even up to 12 feet wide, long, I mean, you know, is the cheapest option. And then you just spray foam the cracks, tape it, and boom, you're insulated with 2 inches. But I don't know if I'm going to go that route. Right now I'm trying to piece it together. I'm here at Tractor Supply. I'm going to end the video right here. But what I calculated, and I could be off by a couple $1,000s, that I can literally get a barndominium, the shell, the foundation, no plumbing. Remember, I don't need water. I don't need a toilet inside the building, okay? I got an outhouse. When it comes right down to it, I mean, I'm just trying to be economical. So the building itself, the slab in the building and everything enclosed, and then I deal with the insulation, okay? I figure out the insulation. Hot, cold, it don't matter. I'll work inside the building and build my shelves. And in fact, I got a bunch of shelves that are all in the shipping container. I'm just waiting for this much bigger space, something I can park inside, work inside, hang out, you know, and start, you know, creating a space inside this 30 by 50. Okay, now, $36,000 to $37,000, and the bottom line is I know I can build this thing for $40,000. Okay, 40 grand, and that's insulated. Okay, that would be insulated, and probably have an electrician come out for $1,000 and wire it. You know, I mean, I can definitely subcontract that out. That ain't no big deal. So being able to do that, now it's going to raise the taxes up on the house, I mean on the farm, by about $50,000. So now you got to deal with the value issue between what you don't owe right now, because I hardly owe anything in taxes, but adding that building on the land, how much more will it add in my property taxes? That's the other question, because you got to consider all costs when you're dealing with this type of construction. But I'll tell you this, folks, if I can pull it together and just think that there's no way you can buy a house, you can't even buy a single wide, you can't buy anything that doesn't cost you more than $70,000 starting price. That's just a starting price on something that's prefabbed, okay? Now you stick built it, you put it out there, and is it a house? No. Does it have hot water? No. Does it have anything in it? No, it doesn't. But over time, all that stuff can be put in. A septic can be put in. There's city water, there's city power, so you just, that's easy to connect. And then you're gonna be on a slab anyway, so you can run water, sewer. All you have to do is punch through this concrete and then just go underground. It's no big deal. You put it in a corner of the building where you can have access. But if you try to build all that stuff now, you can do what they call, I know I've been looking on the YouTube channel too. You can go ahead and do what they call 90-degree plumbing. It's just the up PVC, the elbow, and then run it through the concrete before you pour the slab. Just have that and then have it capped off outside the slab below, you know, the ground. Have it 24 inches, whatever it needs to be underground, and then you just cap off both ends and put that into the concrete slab. And then there you already got that, and you can run conduit the same way. It's like a little cheater, a starter area, and that's easy to do. So you just get some electrical conduit, you can get some plumbing conduit and stick it in one corner of where you want it, and just strategically saying, well, okay, this is where a sink might be. You just say, okay, that's where my sink's going to be, and then your power box, where my power box is going to be. Then that part can all be done later on. But if you go through the whole process of putting all that in now, you're going to spend another 10, another 20, another $30,000 to get all that rigged up also. And in my view, I'm not ready to throw $70,000, $80,000 at a project on a building, okay? That to me is just not in the cards. I'm trying to figure out how to get this building for 30 grand. That's what I can do, because I can throw cash at that, have it done, be done with it, build it, be done with it. Then also too, I just raised the property value, my property value up by 100% too. So in reality, if I spend it, I'll get it all back if I ever sell. So that's no problem. Okay, this is a long enough video. I've been blabbing. Let me go get this gate. I'll talk to you guys later, and it'll be a part 2. See ya.